to Ideas After Dark, a podcast where we, not experts, discuss our ideas and place them into piles, such as the good ideas pile, the bad ideas pile, and ideas pile. Let's do some intros.
1/3 of the ideas all day, Throuple.
That was very witty. There's 3 of us. We're already a throuple. So
Exactly.
Look at us. And that is just our discussionary topic of the day. In this corner of the world, we've got Kate.
Hi.
And in this corner of the world, we've got Alex.
Meow.
And in this corner of the world, we got me, Ajax. Welcome to Ideas After Dark.
First ideas after dark.
The first one.
Yes. So our little test run into this idea that we had from the last episode of season 1. So yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited?
Meow.
That's what I thought.
Super excited about that. Ideas After Dark.
It's not all the dark. Anywho, this week we're diving into an unusual topic, fitting of Ideas After Dark. We're going to discuss about how to get into a throuple, ideas about throuples.
Throuples. So
Throuples.
is that how you're supposed to
Throuples?
say it? Like, is that, how do you spell this for the common folk?
I don't ask me spelling. I suck at spelling. All I know, it's like a triple couple, hence throuple. So I guess that's
Throuple.
Throuple.
Ah,
Like
now
couple?
you're looking for a throuple.
Throuple or
Throuple.
Throuple?
Throuple.
It's like trouble. Trouble is spelled trouble. So throuple would be it's like
Throuple?
couple, but throuple.
Throuple.
Yeah.
This week's topic, we're discussing how to get involved in a throuple.
Or just ideas around the term throuple.
Sure.
We're just
Is it-
talking. We're talking about the origin of the term. That's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
On ideas after etymology.
guess.
Etymology.
Not really? That's the study of words?
It's the study of
Etymology.
the origin of words or something along those
I
lines.
think of bugs when you say that.
No, that's
entomology.
Etymology. Etymology. Etymology.
We went really off the tracks just to
This is
introduce
my
this,
mother-
topic.
This is what happens for-
etymology at the University of San Paulo.
Okay. Does she really?
No, I was using it in a sentence.
Oh.
This is a spelling bee. This is spelling
No.
bees.
No, we are not doing that episode.
Ideas after spelling bee.
Ideas After Dark spelling bee, I am not participating in. I cannot spell to save my life. It would be boring for me just to sit here and watch you two spell to each other. Anyway, sorry, Alex.
That's me.
I know you're feeling a little funky today, but would you bestow upon us
No.
your ideas
Yeah.
regarding throuples?
Throuples.
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 Throuples sounds like a waffle or like some sort of breakfast.
Oh my God.
That's what you do in a throuple. It's
It
a
could be
throuple.
a thruffle. No, that's a thruffle. I was thinking a triple tiered waffle sandwich would be like that, but no. It'd be a truffle.
Ooh,
Or-
truffle.
Oh no, it's like a trifle waffle. So it's like that would be delicious. Where you have a trifle that uses layers with like waffle base, then like fruit, then another waffle, then maybe some cream layer.
Ooh,
That would
the
be
triple
delicious.
trifle. Ooh, that would be a good throuple.
Truffle.
food.
It's a truffle. It's a truffle.
Truffle.
Or a wifle.
No.
No, that
I don't
doesn't
like
sound right.
Wifles
No.
sounded bad.
that sounds
I would
bad.
not. I will eat some of your Wifles today. No.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
that sounds like a laundry detergent, like a
Wifle.
wifle.
No.
Anyway, Alex, let's hear your ideas.
So for my first idea, what I was thinking is you would become essentially learn magic, because one, everybody loves magic tricks. So you would hold a little magic show, and then if you see a couple that you're really interested in, you want to get to know them better, you would show them, magic tricks, little card trick, maybe a little full three Monty shuffle thingy or clamshell thingy, and they would be so impressed. And she would just be like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. Can you get in my pants?" And he'd be like, "Yes, please get in her pants. I want to join." And thus they would have a night of passion, but the magic would still be there in the morning as you were peeling an orange in order to feed each them by hand. The citrus magic in the air would allow the love to flourish and blossom like dew on the morning grass in the springtime. That was idea number 1. So my second idea takes inspiration from a Reese's peanut butter cup commercial. So imagine you're walking along, you and your significant other walking hand in hand, but instead of holding hands, you have your jar of peanut butter. It's in between your hands, and you're walking along, swinging, almost like it was your child. But no, it's an open jar of peanut butter that occasionally you dip into for a healthy snack while you walk through the park. And then the third person, who you don't know, he's walking along, eating his Hershey's chocolate or various other chocolate brand, maybe some Cadbury, when he's coming along, minding his own business, and all of a sudden you collide, and all of a sudden his chocolate gets in your peanut butter, and you realize the amazing combination that had, and then just you look each other in the eye and sparks fly, and you can't help but just immediately disrobe in the park. It's a magical moment, because also you were just wearing robes. That's why disrobing makes sense. Otherwise it would be disclothing, and that's why it's all robes. You're just wearing bathrobes this entire time. Also meaning that you're like kindred spirits in how you enjoy your walks in the park, making it that much more meaningful because you can connect on such a spiritual level. So yes, that's idea number 2. Number 3. I'm sure we've all, back in the day, grew up with those, like these novelty finger trap toys. You stick your finger in one end and stick in the other, and then if you pull too much, you can't get out. But imagine you had a 3-way finger trap. You show this to a couple that you want to get to know better, and then you all stick your finger in together, and then feeling the closeness as it pushes together. But as you try and pull apart, you're stuck, because it's truly how you belong together, and the finger trap is telling you such. And during that time that you spend together, you're stuck having and forcing each other to get to know one another better and closer as you embrace via the finger trap. And then the only way to release is to become closer, to truly become one individual throuple before you can be released from the finger trap itself. But part of you will never wish to really be released from the finger trap for how the feeling of togetherness it gave you, the 3 of you. And thus does your life of a throuple begin and flourish. Number 4. Let's say you're just a regular Joe or Jane schmo, and you want to get closer to you have a couple, but you don't know how to approach them. You don't know how to make that first move, because everyone knows that first impression means a lot. And I can't think of a better way to make a first impression than having an introduction to this couple made by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. you will have hired ahead of time to talk you up in a very meaningful, passionate way, maybe share a kiss. Mwah. And then but that allows an opening for them to feel vulnerable and truly open themselves up to you. And maybe, just maybe, a wonderful, wonderful union can begin. And last, but certainly not least, if you yourself are in a relationship but feel there may be room for another, but you don't know if your significant other would be open to such a thing, but who better for them to accept another into their lives, but another version of yourself? And that's why you would clone yourself to create another one of yourself. Because we all know if you have a clone and you do anything with that clone, that's just masturbation. We all know that. That's a scientific fact. Just saying, because they're you. It's not weird. Don't look at me like that. Stop it. I know you're thinking it. It's not. But that way, you can be in a relationship, but there's 3 of you. But is there? Or is it only 2? But maybe it's 3. And that's all I've got today.
Thanks, Alex. That was a lot of ideas there.
That was 5 ideas. I've done more than that before.
I know. I'm just saying. It's a lot of ideas you got there.
Yes.
Very true. He has done a lot more.
Ajax, why don't you break down Alex's ideas?
So, Alex, for your first idea of learning magic tricks. All right, I got that part down. Then the oranges came in, and then there was dew on the grass. So overall, I like those 3 things. So I put that in a good idea pile because I like magic tricks and oranges and grass and dew. Plus the way you told that story, I liked it. I was pulled in. I was dragged into the story just by your storytelling. It had some good descriptive words in it. I appreciated that first story. So that was a good pile for me.
Thank you. I literally came up with that as I was going along.
See?
I had a general premise and then I just ran with it.
It was beautiful and I loved it.
Thank you.
Your second one was the Reese's one. I'm putting this in the ideas pile just because I don't really, for me, myself, I don't like to stick my hand inside the peanut butter jar with other people. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't really want to have my hand coated in peanut butter than have other hands coated in the same peanut butter jar.
You obviously don't have trust. You have some trust issues.
No, I just don't like really gross touching things. Like, I don't like the slimy feeling of peanut butter. I don't want that.
I don't think she's cut out for a Throuple.
I'm not cut out for the Reese's the Reese's peanut butter Throuple.
Well, the only other variation to that would be that you have one person with peanut butter, one person with chocolate, and another with banana, which can also complete a trifecta of flavor.
That's true, but I just did not want to walk around with my hand in the peanut butter jar.
Well, you could be the chocolate person, but, we're getting into semantics here.
I know, it depends on who's the couple. Like, I feel like there was a lot of couple creeping. It's like, there's a couple over there. I'm going to go try to get a part of that little club over there.
Until you introduce yourself, you got a couple creep.
Okay.
But you got to find out if it's going to be the right move or not. Because otherwise, it's just a creep. True.
I'm gonna still put in the ideas pile just because I don't like the feeling of peanut butter that sometimes. For your third idea, the finger trap toys. Finger traps are just annoying, and it's just a bad idea. I feel like they're just gonna be frustrating, and it's not gonna be a fun time having all of our fingers in a finger trap just to determine if the finger trap is telling us our destiny of becoming a throuple. So this is just going in the bad ideas pile for this guy. For your fourth idea, with an introduction by The Rock.
And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, not The Rock, the movie with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. I want to make that distinction clear.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you can get The Rock, then that's a good idea. I mean, I'm put there. I mean, like, if The Rock did this, I would automatically put that in the good idea pile. But until then, no, because there's no The Rock. Where's The Rock?
He's in our hearts.
Idea pile until you get The Rock here to have to make this happen. I believe you, and I want it to happen. So, Rock, if you're listening, can you please help people open up their hearts and become a throuple. I believe in you. So idea pile, but also could be a great idea, but it'd be a good idea pile for the sake of pilings. For your fifth idea of cloning yourself, I wrote down that it is weird because you said it's not weird, but I wrote down it is weird.
No,
so
no, it's not. It's not.
It's weird. And I also wrote down questionable 3 ways. I don't know why I wrote this down. I don't really think I understood the idea too much. So I'm going automatically bad ideas pile.
That is very small mind of you. And your clone, should they ever show up, would not be appreciative of that. Because if you were doing this, creating a clone for a throuple, you would already be in a throuple mindset.
Thanks, Ajax, for your pilings.
Thanks, Ajax.
You're welcome. So, Kate, what are your pilings for Alex's ideas?
Thank you, Ajax. Let me go over these pilings. Alex, for your first idea for getting in Throuples. First idea, learn magic. I specifically wrote down citrus magic. That sounds like it should be like a song or a dance troupe. I'm really into the dance troupes this season. I like this idea because you went into, even though you went right to sex right away, you stayed around and you enjoyed the citrus magic and you guys became something and it became a relationship because Throuples aren't just about having 3 ways. It's a 3-person relationship. So I'm going to put this in the good ideas pile. Yay. I like this. Learning magic is a great way to be more social and impress more people. So yeah, good idea. Idea number 2. This was a long road to go down. I didn't really like this idea because a lot of it was happenstance. You know, you had to depend on someone else bringing the chocolate and someone else bringing the peanut butter and someone else, you know, you had to be in a robe. They had to be in a robe. That's like a lot of clandestiny. So I'm going to put this in the ideas pile leaning towards bad. And the reason it's leaning towards bad is, like Ajax said, it is kind of messy.
Love can be messy. And love can, if you're going to find your soulmate, sometimes you just have to find each other walking through the park holding peanut butter in your robe.
I feel like it might not be first date material. Like, I feel like that's for a select few.
This is pre-first date.
This is the original meeting.
This is the meeting.
The introduction.
This is the love at first throuple.
So how is this even going to happen?
It happens.
He explained it in detail.
Destiny. I know, but
it happens because of destiny. Because I mean, we all go through the park in our robes with our peanut butter, and people holding chocolate in robes happens all the time.
You know what peanut butter jars don't have? They don't have dual handles.
They can if you believe hard enough.
No, you both have to stick your hand in there.
Ideas leaning towards bad.
No.
Your third idea. The 3-way finger trap. Once again, I'm putting this in ideas leaning towards bad. I like the story, but the feasibility of it, your magic one, a lot more feasible. Your peanut butter chocolate one, not feasible. 3-way finger trap, not feasible. So ideas leaning towards bad. I mean, maybe later on, I don't know.
You're saying it doesn't have enough orange in it. Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't have enough citrus in it.
Yes. I should have added some lime or lemon in there.
Oh, lime all the way.
Maybe a grapefruit to really get just like.
No, you lost me grapefruit.
No, I say keep the lime.
Or what the heck are those Tangelos?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No.
Idea number 4, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being your hype man. If you can get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to hype you up, it's not going to hurt your chances. If you got any kind of real big name celebrity, it's not going to hurt your chances. There's all those couples who have lists that are on the list. Like, oh, if so-and-so, you know, if I had the chance with The Rock, if I had the chance with Ryan Reynolds, if I had the chance with Jake Gyllenhaal, they all have these exception celebrities. If one of those, if one of those celebrities came up to you and was like, hey, I'm not interested in you, but my best friend back here, oh my God, this Alex kid, you're going to love this Alex kid. You should really get to know this Alex kid. Yeah, I don't think it would hurt your chances. So I'm going to put this in the good ideas pile. And idea number 5, cloning yourself. This is going in the bad ideas pile simply because what's the point in bringing in a third if the third's already in the couple? What's the point in having the same person twice?
Comfort level.
And then, like, if I have a clone
Mm-hmm.
and I'm with this dude and now we're in a 3-way, all I'm going to think about is, like, can I trust myself? Like, will my partner leave me for my clone version? Because I know I'm competitive and I know I get very jealous very easily.
So wait, what's Clone Kate gonna do?
That's the thing. I think Clone Kate would be competitive with original Kate, and it's not going to be good. It's going to be bad.
Let's say that does happen. Let's say you try it, it doesn't happen. You know what the ideal thing you do afterwards?
Mercy kill my clone?
No. You put on that robe, get your chocolate bar, and you take a walk in the park to make yourself feel better. No. And you know what? You never know what might happen.
No.
So if one throuple doesn't work, there's another one just around the corner.
There might be a throuple just in the park waiting for you to do some citrus magic.
It could be just the one you need.
Oh my God. Do you remember the chocolate oranges?
Yeah, Terry's chocolate oranges.
It's like citrus chocolate magic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I know what I'm walking in the park with this weekend.
To get in people's peanut butter jars?
To do some citrus magic with my chocolate.
That's what she said.
I can make this Terry's chocolate orange disappear. I'm just going to put it behind my back. Look, no hands.
Something's really warm down there now and sticky.
I might look like I have gone to the bathroom.
What are you guys doing later? Want to help clean me up?
Don't worry, I've got a robe on for easy access.
Thanks, guys. But those are my pilings.
That was beautiful.
Ajax, how about your ideas?
All right, here's some ideas for Throuples here. Well, so for my first idea, I think we're going to need a larger bed because the king might not cut it when there's like all the time 3 people in there.
A king is not large enough for you.
I don't know, not all the time. Like
sometimes we
might need like an emperor sized bed, a California king sized bed, or bigger. I was also thinking of a bed that'd be kind of cool if you could take parts of it away, like almost like a Tetris bed where it's made up of smaller little beds that you can shapeshift and move around to have your perfect bed flow to it.
That sounds like a topic for another day.
Yeah. I know. It was just like a moldable bed for those multi member couples or Throuples.
A modular bed?
How's the modular bed? Is that just a bed that moves?
No, it's like it's got different modules that you add to it.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, yeah. So first idea is gonna need a bigger bed, and probably bigger than a king. Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know. I never had a king, so I'm only assuming. Number 2, so people get tax breaks for marriages, right? So yes. Why not more tax breaks for multi-member people? Like, you know, that's a good group of people that's, you know, living together, working together. And who knows, it might be great for raising a child. So you've got more members in there and it's a better little community when you have multiple incomes coming on in to raise a family. So I think it might be an interesting way to promote throupling. It was just like my ideas turned into like, what are the benefits of throupling? Like, oh, sex droughts will be less rare because there's more people involved, more willing partners.
Oh, that's an idea.
So that could be a thing. Oh, then I also thought about, for my 4th idea, it was throupleception. So like, what if you had like, you know, the original throuple, then each person had another throuple amongst the throuple. Like, how many throuples deep could you go within a group of people? Throupleception. Oh, and then I also thought, like, if you were looking for people for my fifth idea, a little witty saying that you can have in your newspaper ad is couples looking to throuple. Like, I think that'd be cute. Gets to the point. And plus, newspaper ad, an internet ad somewhere. And also, the sixth idea that I had, that throuples might be the gateway to multiples, more people in a relationship. It might be the gateway to quadruples, quintuples. There's more than that. You can upple it up several times. And those are my ideas.
Thanks, Ajax.
You're welcome.
Idea number 1, a larger bed. I'm going to put this in the ideas pile. And specifically the reason it's in the ideas pile is I feel I would like the closeness of having a smaller, tighter kind of bed, because I am very pro cuddling, and that there's no escape then. If there's 3 of us in one bed, you can't escape the cuddles. Whereas if it's a larger bed, there's a chance to like break away from the cuddles, and I don't want that. So ideas, simply because I'm a cuddler. Idea number 2, benefits of throupling. There should be tax breaks. I think this is a good idea. We're in a society where individuals and couples seek out roommates just to pay rent and to get by. And what's a roommate but basically a sexless person in your relationship? So why not just invite that roommate into your relationship and get a tax break on top of it? So yeah, I would say that's a good idea. Number 3, another positive of throupling is less sex droughts. I think this is a great idea, but that could be a biased opinion for someone who's currently experiencing a sex drought, where the idea of having more sex sounds like a really appealing idea. So it could be kind of biased.
Also, if they were having a sex drought within a throuple, so I'm sorry for those people that are in that situation.
Which I can assume would happen because they're in a relationship. So if 2 of them aren't doing well, it's probably a little hairy that the other 2 pair off just to have sexy times without the third one. Because when I think of a throuple, I think of a triangle, and everybody's equally leaning on the other for it to stay stable. But yeah, still, I think it's a good idea because someone's bound to be horny at any given time. Idea number 4, treeing out throuples. So a throuple, then 1 or 2 of its members become a part of a different throuple, then they become different part of a member of another throuple. I'm going to put this in the ideas pile. That sounds more like an open relationship than a throuple. But I'm thinking if you're kind of okay with multiple partners, you might be okay with your partner going out and having sexy time with other people. So maybe, I don't know. I'm not in one. Can't say for sure. So it's an idea. Couples looking to throuple. I like it. It's catchy. You know exactly what's going on. There's no like that was the one thing that always used to piss me off about online dating is you would go through and you would find someone and you'd be like, and they're like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. We're looking for a third. And it's like, why couldn't there be a picture of the both of you right up front? But like couples looking to throuple, it's not like a one night stand. It's not, it's not like, oh, these people are just looking to spice up their relationship. It's like, okay, they're earnestly looking for another person in their relationship. So I like it. And then idea number 6, basically you're describing polygamy. And polygamy is okay with me. Sometimes one wife's not enough, but in certain situations, sometimes polygamy can be used as a way to restrict people and like prevent people from doing what they want to do. But like if everybody's a willing participant and everybody knows the deal and everybody's cool with that deal and everybody can have their say and step out if they want to, then yeah, what the hell? We're all adults. Go for it. And those are my pilings.
Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Kate.
Alex.
For your first idea of having a bigger bed, I'm putting this on the ideas pile going towards bad. And I'll tell you why. And this actually is very close to what Kate said, is there's not enough closeness. When you're in a California King, all three of you could spread out as much as you want. And maybe over time that's okay, but you could have a twin bed and the three of you are spooning. Well, that's still sometimes maybe that's a better situation than a California King when you're feeling separated away from each other and distant. When distance grows resentment, and you can't grow oranges with resentment.
We need soil
and spoons
and more citrus.
Yes, but sometimes it's nice to be able to have a little extra space when you just want to be separate. So I can't put in the bad ideas pile. So for your second one, the tax breaks idea, I think this is a great idea because this gives it so much of an opportunity to revisit 3 men and a baby situations. And I think all of us need a little extra Steve Gutenberg in our life. More Steve Gutenberg is all I'm saying, which means good idea. On to your third idea of Throupleception. I'm going to put this in the bad ideas pile because at some point you have so many Throuples. We're already in a polyamorous situation, but you're trying to open up, but it still leaves people out of those other Throuples in that situation. So it's really, are you really in a Throuple, or are you just in an open relationship, or is it just someone's able to come and go where you have a core two? I mean, is it really that versus a committed threesome? Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's one thing when you have an open relationship, but you have a committed couple versus if you were in a throuple, you're in a committed relationship with three people. So it feels weird if you're letting someone go out and do other things in an emotional way. That's all I'm saying. For your fourth idea of the newspaper ad couple looking to throuple, I'm going to put this in the ideas pile because as much as I like the tagline, all I can think about with those old newspaper ads or Craigslist ads, which were always humorous to read, but it just leads to serial killers. Or they're going to rob you, or they're going to serial kill you, or they're going to feed you cereal. Or
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's always bad, but higher chance of serial killage. That's all I'm saying. So
What's
I can't
on the cereal.
Lucky Charms or Grape Nuts.
I don't hate grape nuts.
Yeah, well, it's not everybody's cup of tea, so
I know I don't hate it. I sometimes crave grape nuts. I don't know what it is.
Or worse yet, it could be oatmeal, just plain instant oatmeal, no flavoring.
I also don't mind that either.
What? Even instant?
Yeah, even instant.
What?
Yeah,
I mean, right? I understand regular oatmeal's fine. Steel cut even better, but instant? I mean, it's just a gloopy mess.
Yes, I like gloopy messes. I can't help it. It's a squishy food. I like squishy foods. I can't help it. You would
like a gloopy mess.
I do. Welcome to Ideas After Dark.
That is true. On to your last idea of a throuple being a gateway to fupples and five pulls and apples and apple pies. Kind of going back to my original thing where it's, again, are you really in a committed relationship if you're opening up to that many people? Yes, it's a polyamorous relationship, but when does it stop? Are you really in a polyamorous relationship, or are you just in an open relationship? So I have to put in the ideas going towards bad because it's not impossible, but are you really? Can you really be in that relationship? So I can't give it I can't even put it in the ideas pile.
Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome.
Let me go over my ideas. Now, when I was thinking about this, a lot of people, when they think about throuples, they usually think 2 girls and a guy. My thing is, I've been in a lot of situations where I've seen some bros and some really tight romances where it's like, I can totally see those two dudes in a relationship. So right at the top, I just want to say, bros, don't be afraid to be bros with your bros. In high school, my group of friends were super incestuous. Like we all kind of dated each other. And there was always that one situation where the one girl's like, oh, but I like Philip, but I also like Devin. Oh, I don't know who I should go out with. And Devin and Philip were super tight bros and always together. Why not have Devin and Philip? And maybe Devin and Philip would be okay with that. So bros, be bros with your bros. But anyway, so my first idea about throupling is...
So wait, was that idea not...
That wasn't an idea.
That was a pre-idea?
I thought it was an idea.
No,
that was a pre-idea.
That was like just me saying throuples don't have to be 2 girls and a guy. It could be 3 dudes. It could be 3 girls. It could be 2 dudes and a girl.
Pre-idea.
Pre-idea. Don't let social normative shit interfere with what you want your relationship to be. Idea number 1. I'm guessing if you're already in an established relationship in a couple, but you have that one person and you're like, I kind of feel some sort of way with this person, but I don't know how they feel about my partner. Would they be up for that? Because, we have this really good chemistry, but I don't know about me and the partner. So that's the whole ideas I have for my ideas is like, you're in a couple. How do you get that third to be cool in your couple? So my first idea to like feel it out is maybe play Marry, Kill, F. Like if you're in a party situation and there's like, oh, who would you marry, kill, F? And if they would marry one of you or F one of you and not kill one of you, that might be a good sign. They're either sexually interested in me or they're relationship interested in me. But you know what they don't want to do? They don't want to kill me. And you know where I find a lot of good relationships? In people who don't want to kill me. So that's idea number 1 as a feeler outer. Idea number 2. You're in a relationship, you and your partner in a relationship, you're trying to feel out this third person. It'd be nice to maybe have a few accidental dates together with the 3 of you, where you and the person you're trying to get into the throuple, this person you already have chemistry with, you're going to go hang out. And then, oh, wow, what are you doing here? I didn't know you were going to be here. Oh, that's so funny. Well, why don't you hang out with me and this other person? And then you get to see like how the group dynamics are. And they are like, oh, Kate keeps on bringing Bob around. And it's like, Jesus, I just want to hang out with Kate. Why does she keep on bringing her dumb boyfriend around? Then you're like, okay, this person probably want to be down for a throupling. But if they get along with Bob, then it's like, all right, maybe we'll do some non-accidental dates. Maybe we'll do some group hangs. See how that goes. So that's idea number 2. Idea number 3. So idea number 2 was like accidental group dates. Now we're going to do accidental solo dates. So you and your partner and this throuple person, you and the throuple person, great chemistry, but your partner, you're not sure. But now you're doing group hangouts. Well, oh, you're scheduling a group hangout and oh, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm going to be a little late. So it forces the partner who you weren't sure about with the throuple potential person, you see how those two do together by themselves. Do they have chemistry? Can they have a conversation? Do they enjoy each other's company? So, accidental solo dates. Idea number 4, group vacations. Nothing in this world will tell you what kind of relationship you have with someone until you go on vacation with them. Because there's bound to be a part of the vacation where everybody is just sick and tired of everybody else's shit. And that's where you want to see how you guys react to each other. So when I say a group vacation, I don't just mean like the three of you. It might be other people involved, like a friend's vacation. But this would be a good chance to see how you guys react to each other's stressful vacation situations. So group vacations, number 4. Now you've been through the accidental dates, the group vacations. You kind of have an idea that, okay, this person may or may not be a fit, but now you just gotta have to push them in the right direction. And I can see like a lot of throuples not happening because if you're friends with the person, they'll be like, I'm not going to ruin my friendship just because I kind of have lusty feelings for my friend's boyfriend. I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to ruin their relationship. So idea number 5 is testing out the waters a little. So maybe the two people, the one in the relationship and the one who you're trying to throuple in, maybe have a few drinks, get all loosey-goosey, maybe play like truth or dare or something. And then maybe a little smoochy, but in front of the partner. So it shows them like, hey, partner knows I'm kissing you. And it shows, hey, my partner's cool with this. I'm cool with this. You should be cool with this too. And it kind of gives them the permission to be like, okay, I'm going to indulge in this and see where it goes. So by this time, you should be at the point where idea 6 comes into play. Idea 6 is to straight up ask them, would you possibly be interested in being in a relationship with me and my significant other? My suggestion for this is to do it solo first, see what their feelings are, because if their first reaction is, ew, oh my God, that's disgusting. I was drunk that one time. I was being nice to your boyfriend. I don't see either of you like that. Ew, get away from me. It might be easier to get that honest reaction solo than to have it in front of your partner. So those are kind of my ideas on how to sort of get into a throuple with someone who may or may not be of that persuasion. Hey, listeners, if you're interested, maybe try out a few of these ideas. See where they go. Maybe you can have that triangle of support in your life. Hashtag triangle support. Hashtag triangle fam. Hashtag throuple. And those are my ideas.
Thanks, Kate. I like your circle reference in this.
Hashtag circle fan.
Hashtag triangles are better.
Alex, why don't you do your pilings of my ideas?
I would be happy to. So for your first idea of playing the Marry, Kill, the letter F game, I'm going to say...
F is for fun.
Yes. I was going to say friends, but okay.
Just friends.
Exactly. And nothing else. I'm going to say this goes straight in the bad ideas pile because I always get the kill option. So it's just depressing and sad. And then I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. And so I have to say no to that because it always leaves somebody out no matter what.
Alex.
Yeah.
If you had to marry, kill F right now between me and Ajax and yourself.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I was already killing myself, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, no, but who would you marry?
I am not answering those questions, and you
friend?
Know it.
Just friends.
Just friends. Who would you F? And who would you marry?
You always marry yourself,
And you always kill everybody else.
Exactly. And then there's no one to make friends with.
Murder is the answer.
Exactly. Clones and murder.
That world domination plan is really coming together, huh?
That's right. So yeah, no, that's a terrible idea. It's a terrible game to play, especially with friends. Why were you doing this? I just think it's a terrible idea. So no. Just no. Stop it. Stop it. Don't say anything. On to your second idea of the accidental hangout. And I'm going to put this in the ideas pile going towards bad. Only because if you're on a date with somebody, throuple or no throuple, if you're on a date with somebody and you're thinking, I want to invite or potentially have this third person come in and then also spend time with them, that's not a date anymore. That's just a friend's hangout. But
I was using the term date that way.
yeah,
I have to make a stink about your piling on this one here, because the first thing I thought of when I heard of accidental group dates was the peanut butter robe situation. Like,
that was
this is your
that-
idea that you just had would have been an accidental date. So this is the same thing. So why are you hating on this accidental date idea?
Because the accidental was, it's not actually accidental from the sound of it. It felt very quotation marks. You actually were arranging for this person to show up accidentally. That's the way it felt like to me. So that's all I'm saying. I'm still sticking to it, and my peanut butter chocolate idea still stands in my head. The only reason I bring this up is because if you start spending too much time with another person on a date that doesn't involve peanut butter and chocolate mixing together, they could get resentful. And it's not a good way to start that. Versus if the other person said, hey, why don't you join us? Then it might be something. But that's why I can't put in the bad ideas pile, because if the other person, you may arrange it, but they insist on having them come along, that's a different sign. But if you're saying, hey, you should come along with us, the other person's going to get resentful, even if it was well-intentioned.
Well, that's the whole litmus test of the scenario, is to see, like, well, does this person get bothered by my significant other being here, or do they welcome having the additional company?
Yeah, if it's them initiating it, then I would say, yeah, that's a good sign. If it's you initiating and saying you should come along and then kind of seeing how things go out, I don't think that's a good idea. That's all. And then on to your third idea of the accidental solo date. I'm going to put this in the ideas pile. Because again, accidental but really prearranged. However, if they turns out that the other two just end up just falling in love with each other and dump you, that's not ideal. But I can't put in the bad ideas pile because they're still falling in love, and love is always the answer.
Love wins.
Yes, love always wins. So you can't put that in the bad ideas pile. And for your fourth idea of group vacations, I'm going to put this in the good ideas pile. Because even in the situation where you're all yelling and screaming and hate each other, you're still on vacation, and you could probably still just go your separate ways for a while and just do your own thing if you want to, because you're still on vacation. Don't let other people ruin it when you're having a bad time. It's not worth it. Whereas if you're having a great time together, even better. For your fifth idea, which I wrote down as smoochy smooch, I interpret it almost like spin the bottle kind of thing. Kind of strange, testing the waters as it were. I'm not hating the idea because, again, if they're willing to go and start the idea, part of them is willing to at least try it. So I can't put in the good ideas pile, but it's ideas pile, maybe even going towards good because there's a little experimentation. If they don't like it, they still at least tried and were willing to do it. If they didn't want to do it in the first place, it would never happen.
Exactly.
So again, yeah, I would say idea or ideas going towards good, kind of piling in somewhere in that range. And then your last idea of just straight up asking, I think is a good idea because the honesty is the best policy. If that's something you don't want to do, you should, and it's something you want to do, you should be talking about it. Communication is the basis of any good relationship.
So like the wisest words you'd ever said.
Thank you.
Quotation marks, Alex.
This is also like bit me in the ass too, because I've had people who've honestly said, feel some sort of way about you that's more than friendly. And at the time I was like, no, I only see you as a friend. And then when it's too late, I'm like, oh yeah, all of a sudden here are the feelings. And it's like, oh shit, now that person's with someone else. And it's like, lost my chance.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
But if you don't ask at the right time, or if you don't ask, you're never going to know.
Yeah.
So thus, it's a good idea because, again, honesty and being upfront, at least saying what you want to say, is the best thing to do. If you don't say anything, it could end up just exploding in your face, and then you're with no one.
That's true. Like
So,
I am now.
exactly. So, yes, just straight up asking. Good idea for me.
Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome.
So that leaves one
Kate.
last person.
Oh, Kate, that means it's me, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Oh, I'm going to do my pilings now.
Why are you stealing my identity?
Because I could.
Well, then go for it. Enjoy it.
Thanks.
Take
I
a
am
walk a mile.
basking in what is Kate.
All the basking.
Basking. All right, so your first idea of playing Marry, Kill, Just Friends.
Marry, kill, F.
But I kind of like Marry, Kill, Just Friends.
Well, see,
you sort of know that.
That
Because
defeats
if you're
the
the
purpose
third
of the
one-
game then. Like, you're trying to find out, like, will they kill me or do they find me sexually attractive or would they like to have a relationship with me?
No, I
So,
feel like
marry,
the Just
kill,
Friends
sex.
gets the communication. Like
Marry, kill, sex.
Marry, Kill, Sex. No, I like Just Friends better because I feel
I don't
like there's
that you're
less
changing
questions
my ideas.
asked. No, it was Alex that changed your idea.
I don't like that you two are changing my ideas because defeats the stair step approach I have.
Wait, what did I do? I walked away.
It's okay. You changed my idea. And
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
changed
it.
the idea to Marry, Kill, Just Friends. Well, the friends part, but I feel like, you know what? It's getting to the point. You know how they feel about you in the first 5 seconds. Done. So for that idea,
I'll be
you know what?
there for you.
I'll put it in the good idea pile because you figured out right then and there. And then so for your pre-idea, which I forgot to say, bros. Yes, bros should be not afraid to couple.
Bros should be not afraid
Anybody
to
should be not afraid to throuple it up. Go for it. Go live the dream of throupling. For your second idea of the accidental group dates, it was hard for me to actually like understand what you were talking about because I kept on imagining the peanut butter and the robes and just walking through the park with the chocolate. Like it, Alex's idea, and then there came Bob. Who was Bob?
Okay, let me break this down for you. Let's pretend me and Alex are in a relationship, and we want to throuple you. So I'm gonna
hook out.
Get your grappling hook out. So I might be like, "Hey, Ajax, you want to go shopping down at the town square this Saturday?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, sure. I love shopping with you,
Ew.
Kate. That sounds like a great idea." And we would go shopping. And then while we were shopping, it was like, "Oh, Alex, what are you doing here?" "Oh, I was shopping for some new shoes." "Oh, you want to catch dinner with me and Ajax?" And then it like forces a group date. So that's the accidental group date.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't like that.
So bad ideas.
Bad idea. I don't like shopping. So
Exactly. And
it doesn't have to be shopping.
Freaking worst.
Hey, Ajax, you want to go to a botanical garden?
There's a lot of like.
Oh, Alex, what are you doing at this botanical garden?
Botanical.
that good old botanical garden.
All right. Okay. So wait. Depending on where you go, my idea will be. I'll put in the ideas pile because depending on where we're going for the group date, that will determine whether or not
I am asking you to the group date and you're agreeing to go. So it's obviously a place you want to go to.
Botanical garden.
The botanical garden.
Botanical garden.
You're in that botanical garden.
All right, ideas pile.
Thank you.
All right. This accidental solo dates where you're not showing up on time because you're stuck in traffic. So then everybody's just like waiting for you longer.
So let's use the example of me and Alex being a couple trying to throuple you. So let's just say Alex isn't a friend of yours. You never, like, you know Alex through me. Let's pretend that for a hot second. So me and you, we're good friends. We've known each other forever, which isn't true, but we've known each other for a long time. And, you know, we've had a few accidental group dates. So you're cool with going out with me and Alex to like dinners and hangouts. But I want to see how you and Alex are by yourselves, how your chemistry is. So I might be like, hey, me and Alex are going to grab dinner at Bob's Pizza Shack. Do you want to join us? And then you're like, yeah, no, I would love to go eat at Bob's Pizza Shack with you and Alex. So I'm like, okay, I'll meet you after work. Alex will meet you there. You can meet us there. You get there on time. Alex gets there on time. But oh no, I'm stuck in traffic. So used to have like a little bit of time together to see how well you can like hold a conversation, if there's any awkward silences, if you're uncomfortable with each other.
It's just so many awkward silences.
It would literally be one long awkward silence.
Well, the reason for this is like I have friends who have boyfriends and I don't get along with the boyfriend, not because they're, you know, jerks or anything. It's just our personalities don't click. If I got stuck at a dinner date with one of those people's boyfriends, then like that would be super awkward for me. It's not a good time for me. But like if you and Alex hit it off, then hey, this throuple thing might be a good direction for us.
All right, so I'm going to put this in the ideas pile again because this is a very elaborate scheme that you're planning here. This is very elaborate, and this is, I'm a
schemer.
You are a schemer.
There's so many moving parts, and
you're the person that's doing the study on all of this, and then it's your own data.
Yes, I love it.
She's literally manipulating the people that she supposedly cares about.
Yes.
I mean, this is to like me seems like she doesn't care about them and just wants to do her own thing.
No. This is like a social
controlling
experiment.
Their lives.
It's a social experiment. And like if you and Ajax don't get along, that's a clear indicator that I should not pursue a throuple with Ajax because it wouldn't work. So I'm testing data. I'm being like a little bit of a scientist, trying to figure out if like, hey,
you are.
If this throuple's gonna work or not. Because if
it's
not gonna work, then why am I wasting my time? And
I now know that you're trying to do this too. So that automatically makes me go, why is she trying to scientifically test me?
It could be worse. She could just be looking for throuple interested individuals. So it could be in this scenario if her and I were together. I'm not interested into a throuple, but you are. She could just dump me, go out with you, and then try and find a third person. So Alex, really, she doesn't even care. She just cares about them.
No, I wouldn't do that to you, Alex.
Alex,
stop.
Look, this isn't working out.
Look. If you're gonna do a throuple, we all have to be in on it.
If you're breaking up with Alex, that's a bad idea. Or is it a good idea?
I wouldn't break. This is the reason I'm testing it. Because if it wouldn't work for Alex, then I wouldn't pursue it with you. This is why we're
find somebody else that you're gonna try and throuple with.
If you're not comfortable with a throuple, Alex, then I shouldn't be throupling. I shouldn't be testing throuples. I mean,
obviously we weren't getting along in the right way, anyways, because you were pursuing a throuple in the first place.
That's not necessarily true.
Something I talked. We talked about this before.
Alex,
we went to church. We talked to the priest. He didn't want to get into a throuple.
We weren't going to bring
I
this
don't know
up.
why we're doing this again.
I thought we weren't going to bring our personal issues into the podcast.
All right,
we always bring Jesus into the podcast. You know this.
All right, for all of this is in the ideas pile.
For all of us listening to this nonsense, it's the ideas piles.
For your fourth idea of group vacations, it's a good idea because vacations are good. Idea number 5 of smooching.
Testing the waters.
Smooching. No, we're calling it smooching. It is now officially smooching.
If me and Alex were in a relationship and we're trying to throuple you, having Alex trying to make out with you in front of me, and if it's like that just shows like, hey, I'm cool.
Are you gonna say you're cool, or are you like, you're gonna Alex, you're gonna push Alex at me and be like, go make out with her.
All right, scratch that. I would smoothly make out with you while Alex watched and maybe learned a thing or two about being smooth. Because
what are you
obviously,
trying to say? What are you trying to say? My smooching skills is not good enough? Wow.
Alex, I don't think you have the smoothness to pull off the smoochy tactical.
He likes her smoochy.
Wait, why is it tactical? Do I have a tactical smooch?
You have to go in smooth. Like, you can't just be like, Ajax, I'm going to kiss you now, and I'm going to kiss you in front of Kate to prove that Kate is not jealous of me, smoochy you. So,
I would like that
smoochy.
background. I would appreciate that background story.
Fine, Alex needed a
Ajax,
smoochy.
are you okay with me smooching you in front of Kate? Please mark yes or no on the consent form.
You know, that is an important part. Consent is super important. So good for you, Alex.
Thank you.
Fine, Alex is back on the smoochy roll. But
no,
the whole point of it
I didn't sign my consent form.
Is to show that me being the other person in the relationship is okay with the smoochy happening, which would then like bring the throuple person like into an understanding like, oh, this is okay between the two of them. I can smoochy them without any bad feelings or breaking apart their relationship.
It's getting a bad idea just because, you know what? Because I thought your sixth idea was the best of the ideas. That was automatically getting the good ideas pile, and you wouldn't have to do all those other ideas to get to the.
Yeah.
If you did the sixth one first.
Idea number 6 should have been idea number 1.
No, but here's the thing. If idea
because that's consent.
If idea number 6 is idea number 1, people's knee-jerk reaction is going to be like, no, I don't want to get in between the two of you. That would be weird. Whereas now, if you do steps 1 through 5, you're warming the person up to the idea about like, hey, we're really cool about this throuple idea, and we are really interested in including you in our relationship.
I'm sticking by my decision that I would like the sixth idea first.
Yes.
This is why we can't have throuples. That's all the ideas.
All right.
We should probably thank our listeners.
On that note, thank you, listeners.
Yes, thank you so much for listening, listeners, and with your listening holes.
Thank you for listening. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Sirius Radio, Stitcher, anywhere where you can find podcasts. If you have a podcast listening platform and you can't find us, please let us know. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel. We have an Instagram. So if you have any fan art, any pictures, anything you want to share with us, you can contact us on Instagram at Ideas All Day Podcast. If you have any ideas for topics, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, if you want to tell us who you want to throuple with, you can do so at ideasalldaypodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, thanks for listening.
we can be matchmakers for throuples.
If you want us to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson for you and hype you up for some couple that you want to throuple in, give us an email. Let us know. We'll get you on the show even, and you can profess your love for a certain couple.
Or the other way around, if you're a couple looking to throuple.
A few of us are single. I'm just saying. Not desperate at all. That's not like a desperate plea for human contact. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Brr, meow.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Burp.